Today's Reddit story comes from the subreddit Relationship Advice, and it's titled, My 27 female boyfriend, 24 male, blocked me for renewing my lease. What can I do to make things up to him? I am hurt and betrayed. My boyfriend is a great person, and we have been together for 3 years. My boyfriend is very frugal, and I am too. He graduated with a degree in computer science and has been making decent money since he graduated. When he graduated, he used the FHA loan for a humble but small town home. I'm someone who differs in that I like the luxury. Last year, I got a nice high-rise apartment in a major metropolitan area and signed a 14-month lease. With that, my rent was $4,100 a month. Eventually, with other bills, I was not able to afford it. My boyfriend's mortgage is really cheap because his place is extremely cheap. Mind you, his townhouse is only a 2-bedroom. My apartment is only a 1-bedroom, but that's what you expect. You're paying for the view. It's near the top, for the concierge and the luxury experience. My boyfriend and I had a talk because I needed his help. He would cover half my rent, and then I would either move in with him or get a cheaper apartment. I could even stay in the same apartment and switch to one of the cheaper ones. I would have tried to move in with him, but not at his place. He agreed that he could move, but we still couldn't find a place that works for both of us because he's so cheap. Anyways, I realized him and I will be getting married soon, so it's better to renew my lease and enjoy the high-rise nice luxury for 1 more year. I was dreading on telling him, but last night I told him. He was pissed. He said, "So you just expect me to pay half your rent again?" I told him, "Well, obviously." He said, "Have you considered I like nice things too, but it's hard to do that when I'm sending you $2,500 a month." He said, "I will work with you if you are just bad at managing your personal finances and try to teach you." He told me it's worse than that, and that I'm just selfish and trying to take advantage of him. I was angry at him for accusing me of just trying to take advantage of him. That's not true at all. I love him, and the fact that he said that hurt. He just hung up and blocked me everywhere. I'm going to head to his townhouse today so we can talk about this. Any suggestion? Oh my goodness, I have so much to say about this. First of all, this OP is cray-cray, okay? You cannot afford this $4,100 1-bedroom luxury apartment, and you still expect your boyfriend to pay half of it after you renew your lease for 1 year? Okay, so many questions. You're delusional, OP, okay? You honestly think that, oh, well, since we're going to be getting married anytime soon, that, yeah, I should just enjoy this moment? No, I don't think so. You are just nuts. Who said that he wants to marry you? Who said he wants to continue in this relationship at this point? I mean, I think it's just ridiculous. You're just so delusional. If you cannot afford this high-rise luxury life, too bad. Find a cheaper place. It's not your boyfriend's responsibility to take care of you financially. And your expectation is that, and you get hurt because, he said the truth. He said, "Oh, I feel like you're using me." Yeah, you are using him, okay? It's clearly saying that. But you're too delusional to see that. You don't think, "Oh, I love him." Yeah, really? Do you really love him? Or do you love the fact that he's paying half your stuff and just supporting you financially? Really, OP? And you think that he still wants to be with you after all of this? You are crazy. You're just crazy. Just straight up crazy. Anyways, let's see what some of the commenters have to say. First commenter says, "So you aren't able to pay your rent by yourself. You asked your boyfriend to save your butt. He did with the condition that you find a cheaper place or move with him. You decide to renew the rent that you can't afford without telling him, and you expect him to keep paying for half your rent. And he's the one at fault and you are the one mad about the situation. You're kidding, right? This can't be real." Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Are you serious? Do you not see what's going on, OP? I guess not. Like I said, she's probably delusional. Another commenter says, "I am hurt and betrayed." You are hurt and betrayed? You made a decision on your own against his express wish, then expect him to pay for it? Are you really this dense or are you trolling us? On the off chance that this is for real, what you can do to restore your boyfriend's trust is pay your own rent for the duration of the lease. And if he's still interested in being with you after you showed your ugly side, make the next decision together. Another commenter says, I'm going to head to his townhouse today so we can talk about this. Should have talked about this before you sign yourself a place that you can't afford on the basis that he was paying. You're making a lot of assumption and laying the expectation on him while trying to reap the benefits while he has to suck up the costs. Why would he stay with you, let alone propose to you? You're just a leash with no idea how to manage any money or how to manage a relationship. That is so true. In the beginning of the post, you mentioned that you're also frugal. Yeah, I beg to differ. Do you even know the meaning of frugal? Because obviously you're opposite of that. Because you decide to rent a high-end luxury apartment, a one-bedroom apartment at that, for $4,100 that you clearly cannot afford. Wow, how does that speak to being frugal? Anyways, another commenter says, yikes. With all due respect, OP, you come off as pretty entitled here. Shelling out $4,100 for a one-bedroom high-rise apartment just for the luxury aspect is pretty telling. More telling is your boyfriend paying for half of that when you said yourself he is pretty frugal and has a home. And you obviously, when he asked if you expected him to pay half of your rent again for an extra year, which comes to $30,000. Little wonder he blocked you, quite frankly. And you know you have the audacity to feel hurt and betrayed. Wow, exactly. He has all the rights to block you because you are cray-cray and entitled and just straight up delusional throughout this whole situation. You clearly cannot see what is going on. You clearly cannot see that you're in the wrong. So the OP does provide a slight update. She wrote, I was wrong and that's why I take full accountability. Him blocking me doesn't help us get to any real solution. I'm going over to his place today so we can have a real conversation. I was looking for advice on how to approach this conversation. I think I'll address him blocking me at a later date and just focus on apologizing for renewing my lease without telling him. Yeah, you should not bring up the fact that he blocked you everywhere because that's clearly the right move to make towards you. And you're offended about him blocking you? Oh no, you're just too much for me. She also added that I'm going to break the lease before I go over there today. Despite what people claim, I love that man and I want him to know that. Okay. Then she provides a second update. She wrote, thank you for the few encouraging comments. We are still together. We had a very long talk yesterday. He feels very betrayed and said this was a huge setback. He said, 1, I'm financially irresponsible because I make too much money right now to need to be financed. 2, he thinks I've been using him. That still hurts. I told him I haven't and I love him and I've had the opportunity to date men that make more money than him, but I want him. He laid out some conditions. 1, therapy, which I thought was an odd request, but agreed to it. Both individual and together. 2, I speak to a financial planner and follow their budget. He said they do that for free. He said I need to show him I want him for more than just his money because he's seriously doubting that and he's not sponsoring me anymore. Okay. OP's boyfriend, you are crazy. Why are you still with her? She is straight up using you for a financial reason. Making those conditions. She's clearly not going to follow through with it, okay? Like, seriously. OP, boyfriend, you really need to get out of this situation. Cut your losses, okay? Because she is a lost cause. For reals. Anyways, do you guys have any advice for the OP's boyfriend? Let me know in the comments section. And let me know what you guys think of this whole entire story. And remember, if you like these types of stories, to continue to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.